All right, Josh, so we're up to rigging the boat. Now I can see we've got the mainsail and the jib sail. Did I get that right?
Certainly did.
So, natural at this sailing kind of thing. All right, walk us through what we do first. Does the main go up first or the jib?
In this case, we'll put the jib up first, basically because it's going to have a bit of tension on the mast and it's going to pull the rig forward and allow it to support the mainsail. So we'll get this front sail, or the jib as you said, up first.
Beautiful, let's do this.
No worries. All right, so do you want to grab the halyard here, that yellow halyard?
Yep.
And get it untangled and just attach it to the very top of the jib here. So we attach the halyard to this, this is the head of the sail. Mm-hmm. Yep, that one straight through there. Okay, and you want to reef on that one for me?
Yep.
All right, so just pass that one, go through the cleat here, back onto itself, just to get a bit of tension and really tighten it up.
Yep.
All right, now, what I want to get you to do, this one here is called a lazy stay. You want to grab that one for me?
Yep. And
just lean out. So we're going to pull that mast forward a little bit. There we go, so hold it there for me. Actually, that pulls rig tension on. So.
Okay. And what does that actually do? So me pulling this out, obviously, you know, from making it to go up nice and straight for the mast.
Yep. Basically just gives us a lot of power in the rig, so we can go sailing fast today.
Beautiful. Pace is always a good thing.
We want pace. So once we've got the jib up, we've got to control it. We have the jib sheets here which pull it from side to side, and ideally we try and keep this on the same side as the mainsail. So it'll be your job as a crew to swap this back and forth as we tack or jibe, for example.
Okay.
But quite simply, we just run them through these fair leads and these cleats just here. Mm-hmm. And in the end of any rope, you should always put a knot in it so it doesn't slip back through and we end up getting stuck out there somewhere. So we tie a figure of 8.
Okay.
Right? Now a figure of 8 we commonly call a stopper knot.
Yep.
And very simply, we're just putting a full wrap around the rope so you're back on the same side you started on. Mm-hmm. We go back through that loop.
And figure that out.
Stopper knot. So same thing, we need to find the head of the sail. So you usually grab the rope, the bolt rope at the back of it here, work your way to the top. And
make it easier.
Yep, same thing. You want to grab the halyard for me, get it untangled.
Yes. So we go this one here.
Yep, so we look up, make sure it's not twisted. Instead of using shackles, we'll just put a fold in that rope.
Yep.
Place the fold through and place that loop back over the ball. So
okay, and just locks in through there.
Nice and easy.
Yep, no knots, no nothing.
Nothing, all right.
Okay.
Okay, so just take our time with it. This little bit here is called our gooseneck, and we'll just basically use that to attach the bottom of the sail and keep it secure against the mast.
All right, gooseneck was it?
Gooseneck.
Gooseneck.
So we got a little
terminology, I tell you. Gooseneck.
Too many funny terms in these things.
How does that even make sense?
It doesn't, once again.
Explain that later. Good work.
Yeah. So this thing over here, this metal thing,
yep.
We call it the boom. Want to guess why it's called the boom?
Because if it hits you in the head, it goes boom.
It's all right, it really hurts. No, you're dead right, and so it's one to watch out for.
Told you I was a sailor.
That's right, born natural. There guys, we slide this on the bolt rope, much like the mast.
Yep.
And you see the very front of that boom there, something we can just slot that gooseneck into.
Goes into the gooseneck?
Goes in the gooseneck. Nice and easy.
Fantastic.
Okay, so once the sail's up and the mast's on, you've got to actually just fix up all of your control lines. So we'll get the main sheet, the boom vang, and all these other funny ropes.
All right, so we'll point out to everyone at home the different lines. So the lines we're trying to sort out now, these are what you call your main lines, is that right?
To a degree, yeah. So the main sheet controls the main sail, like a jib sheet controls the jib.
Yep.
And with this one, being a training boat, it's already hooked up for us. All we have to do is just make sure it's not tangled, and there's also a stopper knot or a figure of 8 in the end. So that's all ready to go for us, nice and easy. One of my left hand here is what we call an out haul. So it hauls the sail out the boom basically and controls the tension along the foot of the sail.
Which is this bit along here?
This bit along here. So if you pull it nice and tight, it gets a very flat sail, and in the heavy airs, you depower the boat. Whereas in the light airs, we let it out a little bit, which is a big baggy sail, means plenty of power, we can go fast. So same thing, we just put the out haul through a cleat, back through here, and also a figure of 8 or a stopper knot in the end. So remember how to do the stopper knots?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so one full wrap around, back through the end. That's all we need. It won't come out that way.
Yep. And that just sits there just like that?
Just sits there like that. So it's cleated in. It's where we want it. It's good to go.
Behind me is one of Brisbane's oldest canoe clubs, the Indooroopilly Canoe Club. It was started in 1957 and has grown from a handful of canvas canoes to over 100 kayaks and 2 boat sheds. Over the years, it's survived floods both new and old, and it's been home to many Olympians and World Marathon champions. It truly is a landmark of the Brisbane River, and here to tell us all about it today is one of its members, Sally Gardner. So Sal, what is it that you most love about kayaking?
Just being on the water. It's different every time.
So what sort of activities can you do on a kayak?
Well, it's on a kayak or in a kayak, because at the moment there is a huge range of fat plastic vessels and they're on a kayak, and then ours are in a kayak. So there's sit-on tops and sit-ins. So you can race, you can do white water, you can paddle in the ocean. Take your camping gear and stop off on an island for overnight. You can just mess about in the river like the rat and the mole. And there's canoe polo. It was started in the UK as a winter fitness thing so that they could do it in swimming pools. It's paddled in boats that are about 2 metres long with round noses and padded. The paddlers have to wear vests, helmets, face masks, because it's quite rough. 5 on a side in a 30 metre by 20 metre area in a swimming pool. And yeah, it's very difficult to throw a ball from sitting down.
So it's literally like playing polo but in a swimming pool in kayaks?
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun.
So you have to be able to paddle fast, and you also have to be able to roll, and you have to be able to hand roll without a paddle. Yeah.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah. It is. It's a really bash and crash game.
Absolutely.
If you want to get rid of your angst, you go and have a game of polo.
So Sally, for people starting out with kayaking and canoeing, what do they have to be quite fit, or what would you sort of suggest?
Well, I mean, everybody should be quite fit.
That's true.
So it helps if you're fit, because then you can paddle further and faster. And as you become accustomed to paddling, if you are fit, you enjoy it more. It's the same with any activity.
So how hard is it to get started when you're just getting into it?
Well, it's a matter of doing it. So learn the basic strokes, and then you can progress through different boats, because the boats that we're going to be using today are very basic, very stable boats, but the boats that they use for racing are not. So, you know, you just have to progress if you want to.
Okay. So Sally, if someone's new to the area and wants to get involved with the canoe club here, how do they go about it?
Well, they can contact me, and then I'll organise to do a come and try sessions, which is a block of 3 one-hour sessions, usually from 6:30 till 7:30 in the morning, because I've got to be at swimming by 8:30. It's up to the individual, really. The people have got to be self-motivated, so if they want to do it, they will. I've got come and try people who are now paddling in the national championships. So, you know, just depends on the individual.
And Sally, can you tell me a little bit about the Gold program?
So the Gold program, Growing Older and Living Dangerously, is one of many recreational programs supported by the Brisbane City Council. And this particular one is activities for the over 50s. You can book in through the council, and there are brochures available from council offices and libraries. I do canoeing and kayaking. I take people of groups of up to 10, and so in the kayaking we usually paddle up Moggle Creek or Oxley Creek, we make it really easy. We go up with the tide and then the tide turns and we come back with the tide.
Well, all this talk of kayaking sounds like a lot of fun, Sal. I'd like to give it a go myself. Do you think you could teach me?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let's do it.
Before we get on the water, it's a good idea to have a venue evaluation. So here we have the Brisbane River. You can see the water's flowing up this way, and then if you look out there, you can see it's flowing down that way. So what is happening is the main flow of the outgoing tide is going out under the bridge, and then some of it hits the wall over there and comes back up here. And that's what's called an eddy. So they happen all the way up and down the river. When we put our boats in the water, we put them facing into the flow. So as the eddy's coming up this way, we'll put them facing that. But with any boat, you always...
So always the opposite way to the way the tide's coming?
Yeah, you always point into the flow, yeah. Yeah. I'll just... Oh. Easy peasy.
How fast can you go on one of these, Sally?
Oh, not very fast, but relatively fast.
Should we have a race?
Hey?
I'm nervous.
Let's go. And I've started.
Game
all...
on! Back on dry land.
Well done.
And then just pull that up like that. Well, Sally, thank you for a great morning out on the Brisbane River. It was absolutely beautiful.
Pleasure.
As you can see, this is something that anyone can get involved with and have a go. So if you're interested, why not get in touch with the Indooroopilly Canoe Club and speak with Sally or one of the many other canoe clubs around Brisbane.